Hey y'all, this is Brett, and today I've got a little trip to make to the post office because I've got some Ashiatsu home study programs to send out to people, and I just got some errands that I've got to get done. And so why not go on the bike? Why not make a video and show y'all how you can commute with without having to burn fuel? Yeah, without having to drive your car. And driving is such a kind of a crazy and unhealthy thing. Let's go. Okay, so I've got my Ashiatsu home study programs, I got my addresses, I got my wallet, my keys, and my teeth, I've got my bank bag, and I've got my check that somebody just wrote me for utilities. I'm ready to go. Okay, these are my old clipless bicycle sandals, and they have this metal plate right here that clips into the pedals, and it enables you to be able to pull as well as push, and I think that that's really important as far as getting good torque and inertia and being able to be a commuter bicycler. Okay, so I'm going to take my Ashiatsu programs and my bank bag, DVDs, and put them all in this bag here. Okay. And I'm going to put my wallet and a couple of pooper scoopers and my keys and my teeth in that bag. And leave those over there. Now you'll notice that I like to wear this orange vest, and I'll put that on here real quick. You can see that with this on, I'm able to be seen really well by cars. This is very important because you don't want to get smashed. I also wear a helmet. Ow! Yeah, very important because I value my head. And I look so good with it on. Now at night I have this light, and it is brutally strong. It almost blinds drivers, which is, I'm not so sure that if that's such a good thing. But it is really bright, and I can see really well at night. And from the back, I have this little goodie. And if you put it on the middle setting, it's like there's an emergency, you know. Jim, look out! There's an emergency on the side of the road. Slow down. Okay, so I got my water, and I'm getting really good at doing things with one hand. And, oops, wrong bike. That's the old Townie. This is the new Trek. And this bike I just bought is very much like the what the police in downtown Asheville ride. It's a great bike. It's an upright bike. You'll notice that my posture when I'm riding, if you were to see me, would not be all bent over too much like the typical high-speed bicycle. And so it's really good for not getting such a sore neck, a dowager's hump, which is a big mass of muscle behind your lower cervical area that people will get from looking down all the time. That is just not a good thing to be doing. Looking down at books, looking down at computers, looking down while bicycling or crocheting or whatever you may be doing. You want an upright position, an upright posture when you are doing whatever you're doing, so that you're not creating bad posture. Okay, so when I bought the new bicycle, there were several things that I wanted to move and switch and swap. So I took this new seat because it wasn't all that comfortable, and I put it on the old bike and moved my old seat that I love so much from the old Electra Townie, and I'm sure that you can buy those online from Electra. moved this one over to the new bike, you can see that it is such a nice and wide and comfy seat. And I'm telling you, it's so much better than that new one. But I might buy me a new one from Electra. Anyways, I moved my old rack onto the new bike because there was nothing wrong with it, and I didn't really want to buy another rack. But I did buy some new bags, and I had to move everything back because my heels were clipping the corner of the bag, and so I had to get this back as far as I could. I added a bike water holder. I put my fenders from the old bike onto the new bike. Of course, I added the lights like I showed you before, the light holders, and that's pretty much it. I'm ready to go. This should be interesting, holding this camera and going down this hill. Give it a shot. If I wreck, call the hospital. Call the ambulance. Oh my God. I'm gonna go slow. I'm pressing on the front brake, and as you can see down here, there's gravel. And if I completely use the front brake on the gravel, I'll wipe out, unless I release now. Okay. So I can shift with the left side, but I can't really... There. Alright. So here we go, and you can hear that I'm getting closer to the cars down there. I live kind of on the side of a hill above this busy boulevard road, and we'll be on to that in a second here. It's a decent day, partly cloudy. But bicycling is so much fun. I just really enjoy it. I always have since I first started learning. Okay, here we go. You gotta be really careful, and that's why you gotta definitely wear an orange vest that cars can be able to see you really well. Definitely have a mirror so that you can see the cars coming up from behind. There's the liquor store. We won't be going there. Unless I need liquor for like a disinfectant or for shellacking something, I won't be stopping there. I like to ride my bike at night a lot more because I hate to breathe the fumes. And during the day, when there's this many cars, you're just going to get a lot of fumes. And, well, if you can find a better way to ride that's not so busy as this, definitely do it. The pesticide produce place. So sometimes I'll ride on the opposite side of the road because there's not enough room over there, or because maybe the wind is blowing from the wrong way, and so it's blowing all the fumes in my face, so I can get away from it if I ride over here, and I can get away from the traffic. So, perfect. If I want, I can take the bus and put my bike on the rack. And sometimes you'll just find produce right on the road that you can grab and eat. Look at that. That's not a bad apple. Unfortunately, these trees are right by the road, and there's a lot of smog, and so I'm not gonna eat that apple. Oh well. Whenever there's no room on the road, then you got to get off to the side a little bit and get away from the traffic so you don't get smashed.